this evening's class we're going to be working with a couple of bricks, and I'm, as always, sitting on a cushion. And I like to always sit on a cushion so I can just elevate through my hips. And I want us to think about growing the spine really nice and long. And over the last week we were talking about spine and the health of the spine, and also working from this like stable foundation. So we're going to do similar things we did last week. We might not, because the class obviously progressed through the week, so you might not recognise any of it. But we're going to really be thinking about our spine. And one of the things we're going to be doing this evening is we're going to be working with a mudra, and a mudra is a hand gesture, and we're going to be working with Merudandasana mudra. So you can either have sort of a down or an up, or a, so it's like thumbs up really, isn't it? So it's basically a mudra that works with our spine. And I think more than ever this is like the mudra at the moment, because we're doing so much more sitting down than we normally would do. We're leading a far more sedentary life than we possibly normally would. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to take the hands and just have the thumbs. So take the hands into sort of like, it's like an OK, isn't it? We're feeling fine. And then we're going to take the hands onto the thighs and let the thumbs just face down towards the earth. And this is all about really connecting down into the root as we bring the hands down. And just kind of lifting up. We're just going to do a few breaths here with the thumbs down, then we're going to do a few breaths with the hands up, and then a few breaths. And gradually we're going to bring the awareness up through the spine. So thumbs facing down, and we're going to think about breathing into the belly. Just feeling that belly just expand and contract here. Let the eyes close and sit up tall. And as we do, just think about the stability of our hips and how we practice. And everything in our life really needs that stability. So bring the awareness down into kind of your sacral chakra, into your root chakra. And just breathing down into your root. From here we're going to just turn the hands so the thumbs face up towards the sky, and then take that awareness into that solar plexus and up into the heart space, and really feel that you're kind of elevating up from your root all the way up through the belly into the heart space with the thumbs facing up. And it's called Merudandasana mudra. Let the breath just flow. And really feel, as you breathe in, feel that elevation up through your body. And they say when we work with the mudras, we kind of invite this energy just to be moved in different directions throughout our body. And then from here, just turning the thumbs out, backs of the hands roll out onto the hands. The hands just slightly clasped. And then think about from the throat and the crown, the throat, the third eye and the crown, just lifting all the way up through the body. As we feel we have that strong base, that strong core, and that elevation through and up. Listen to the sound of the breath and almost allow yourself just to cultivate this ujjayi breath here. Feel the flow of the breath. And just keeping that chest lifted. And then from here we're going to breathe in, lift both arms all up. Keep those thumbs, keep the hands together, keep those thumbs, and just bring those arms up above the head. Keep pulling those shoulders down the back as we draw the thumbs towards each other. And just breathe in, lift them, thumbs facing towards each other. Now from here we're going to exhale, just turning around, Open the hands and let the left hand come onto the right knee. Lift in the chest and exhale, rotating all the way round. And then from here, breathing in, lifting those arms all the way up. Exhale, rotating left hand onto the knee, right hand, and looking over that right shoulder. And then breathe in, lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. Letting that left hand come down, bring that right arm all the way over, stretch into the side body. Keep that shoulder away from the ear. And then from here, breathe in, lifting the arms up. Exhale, taking that hand all the way down. And just bringing that hand, dropping the shoulder away, maybe turning to look towards that hand. And then breathe in, lifting the arms. We've already done rotation. Lateral extension. Exhale, come forward, fold forward. Hands down on the floor, roll the lower back down. And bring the chin in towards the chest. So a little bit of forward flexion here within the body, within the spine. Just pushing back into those big lumbar vertebrae. And then taking the hands all the way around behind you. Bring the fingers onto the floor. And then lift and open the chest. Draw the elbows together. Look slightly up as we pull the hips forward. Run the hands onto the crease of those thighs. And then exhale, bringing that head forward so the back is nice and long and straight. Then from here, just roll through the back. And just push in the back into, towards the room behind you, the wall behind you. And then lifting all the way up. So we feel just that flow of energy. The back is long and straight here. Press round lower into that lower back, rounding all the way through. Lifting the chest and the heart, opening up. Coming forward, folding forward. And then exhale and rolling all the way through. And then from here, breathing in, lifting the chest. Bring the hands forward and we're going to roll onto the hands and the knees. And the feet are going to, if you're sitting on a block, just come off that block. And then just coming onto your hands, onto your knees. And again, the same kind of movement. Now we're going to take the knees slightly wide and then bring the toes together. And we're going to breathe in, chest comes forward. Just dipping it down and then roll back. And then it's kind of like a reversed cat. So we're going to come forward, bring the chest down, but we're not coming all the way down. And then we're going to roll it back. Pull up, rounding into that back. Bring that chest and heart forward. Coming down, pushing all the way back. And then breathing in, coming forward, tucking those toes under. And then as we exhale, push that tailbone up towards the sky. And just paddling through those feet, swinging one hip to the side and then the other hip to the side. As we just ease through. And then come up onto the toes, bring those knees down onto the floor. Keep those toes tucked under, sit back onto those heels. Ripple up through the spine so we feel that we're kind of stacking up through the spine. Lifting those arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretch into those arms. Now from here we're going to, with the toes tucked under, if that's okay, we're going to bring that right hand all the way down. And we're going to cross the arms, bring the palms together. Lifting the chest, keeping those shoulders dropping down the back. Stretch through the back so you feel the shoulders opening behind that, the ribs. And then from here, breathing in, lifting up. Just come up, lift the weight off the heels so the toes feel that that feels a little bit nicer for them. And then exhale, coming down. This time the left arm's going to come around, the right arm comes on top. Bring those arms into eagle arms, stretching out that space at the back of the chest. Pull up through your body. And then exhale, lift those arms all the way up. Come up onto those toes. Now bring those toes, the toes point towards the end of the mat. And then exhale, sit back on your heels, and that probably feels a little bit more comfortable for you. Exhale, draw the hands all the way down onto the floor. And then from here, we're going to pop the knees in towards the chest. So the feet are going to stay in the same position. And we're going to just lift up, roll over, and then push back. And let the head come down. So you're in your Uttanasana. And then from here, we're going to paddle through the feet. So I want you to kind of like bend one knee, straighten the other. And as you do, so you can do it like in a walk-in speed here. And then just each time, just see if you can come down a little bit further on the legs. So just do a couple of paddles and then breathe in and then just see if you can come down. And then releasing the head, drop both heels onto the floor, folding forward. Now if you're in Uttanasana but you're finding that that's too much strain on the knees, just bend those knees a little bit. And then we're going to lift the chest and the heart. Exhale, release the head all the way down. Breathe in, lifting both arms up towards the sky. Stretch those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together, bring the thumbs all the way into the heart. Just relax those shoulders down the back. Spread those toes, pull up through your core and then roll onto those toes and lift those heels off the floor, open up through the soles of the feet. And then exhale, dropping those heels all the way down, lifting the toes. Breathe in, roll onto the toes, lift through the heels. And then exhale, come down. Take the hands onto the thighs, bend the knees, roll the hands all the way down the legs. Lift the head, walk the hands all the way back into your downward facing dog pose. And just notice how those feet feel, because we've kind of done a little bit of stretching into them. So come right up onto the tips of the toes, and we are going to do some more work into the toes as well, because we have our plantar fascia in the bottom of our feet. And we need that to really kind of like stretch out. And that kind of is our bottom diaphragm, the very lowest diaphragm in the body. Okay, so from here we're going to just press back into those hands. Lift that right leg up towards the sky. Just sweeping that right leg up. Exhale, bend that right leg and bring it over the foot over towards the left buttock. And then from here we're going to breathe in. And we're going to bring that right knee over to the right elbow. And then breathe in, taking it all the way back, opening up the hip. And then exhale, again we're going to bring it over to the right elbow and bring the shin across the body into our Ekapada Kapotasana, our pigeon pose. Now tuck that left toe under and slide that back foot back. Be aware if you need to adjust into this right knee as well, you can always just fold that leg in half, that's absolutely fine to do so. But otherwise we're going to take that leg out, we're going to bring the hands down onto the floor. Palms together, chest and heart comes forward. As we breathe in, we lengthen through the spine. And those shoulder blades, just allow them just to drop all the way down the back. Now from here we're going to bring the elbow onto the floor, bring the right hand onto that knee, rotate through the body, lift that right shoulder up, look up to that right hand as you lift the right arm up towards the sky. Left elbows on the floor. Now really drop into the left elbow, lift up out of the left shoulder, stretching that arm here. Exhale, let that left hand drop all the way around behind the back. So we're coming to a lovely rotation here, and you might be able to hold on to those right toes there. So just see if those right toes are anywhere to be found. And then from here, breathe in, lifting that right arm out behind you. So just stretch it out behind you. Bend that left leg, take hold of that left foot. And push that left foot away so it kind of lifts you up a little bit. as you rotate through here. Rolling that right shoulder back, push into that the right hand. Just hold it here for a moment. And then exhale, lift that right arm all the way up towards the sky. Reach that right hand down onto the floor. Walk those hands back, roll, tuck those back toes under, slide back. So we come into a lovely extension into the spine. Drop into those hips, opening up through the chest and holding it here. Listen to the sound of the breath here. Lift and open your heart space. And then as you exhale, just ripple through your spine. Let the chin come all the way down. Roll up through your body, breathing in, lifting and opening the chest. Exhale, coming forward, rolling down. Elbows can come out to the side as you bring the nose down onto the floor. And then rippling all the way through, lift and open the chest. And exhale, lowering all the way down. Feel that lovely movement through each vertebrae in the spine. Think about that mudra we did right at the beginning, when we really lift it up through our root, that strong and stable base, and then through our core and then into our heart. So lift and open the chest. Place those hands onto the floor. Tuck that left toe under. We're going to lift up, but just lift that right leg up underneath so it kind of crosses, the right leg crosses over the left leg, and then bring the knee in and then taking that right leg up and out, and then open that right hip again. And then from here that right leg's going to come in, and we're going to bring that right foot just to the outside of the right hand, and the left foot open up into that left leg, keeping those shoulders drawing down the back. Turn that right foot out so we come into like that little lizard pose there as we're dropping through. Left hand comes out to the left. Push that right leg all the way out. Bring that left knee down onto the floor and the foot becomes flat. And we're going to open up through that right arm. Now reach back behind you so you've got beautiful, lovely movement. It's like an extension, but there's lateral flexion going on here as well. Open up. Breathe here. Pull the chest and the heart forward, drop into those hips. Now from here, drop the right hand behind you, bend the left leg, hold onto that left foot if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Try to roll back as opposed to forward. So I know this is Emma's favourite. And then from here, breathe in. Lift that right arm up all the way. Bring that right hand all the way down onto the floor. Okay, so from here we're going to pick up that left knee, and we're going to straighten into the right leg. Just straighten through that right leg, and then from here we're going to take that left leg to the outside of the left hand and drop the bottom down into Malasana. Push the palms together, drop that bottom down, thumbs into the heart. And you can maybe swing a little bit here. Just lifting the chest. Feel that length in the spine here. Because we often kind of like collapse through it. But I want you to really feel that you're just growing up. Think about those mudras. And if you want, just bring the hands together so the thumb is facing up towards the sky and the hands are together. And we can lift up through that centre of our body here. And then exhale, drop the hands down to the earth. Push the bottom up towards the sky. Let the head release down. So it's slightly wide-legged Uttanasana. So slightly wide-legged forward fold. Breathe in. Roll up through the body. Lift those arms up towards the sky. Stretching those arms. And taking the arms out to the side as we stretch up here. Press into the feet, press into the hands. We're going to come over to the right. Just lifting that left leg up as you come over to the right, holding it here. And then from here, we're going to bring that left leg is going to come over the right leg. into our eagle pose. And then from here we're going to take the left arm over, without falling over. The left arm's going to come over. So we come right the way into eagle. Now try and keep those hips facing forward. When we come into Garudasana, eagle pose, think about getting that back foot round, but try not to swing the hips over. Try and keep those hips forward. So it might be that foot just sits at the side, or you can even bring it down. Okay, so it's left leg over, left arm over. And then from here, release that foot. Breathe in, taking that leg back, keeping that chest forward. Step back with that left leg. Bring both arms up towards the sky, ground through your feet. Breathe in, lift both arms all the way up. Stretch up into those fingers. Lengthen through the body. Really feel that lovely back bend going on here. And then exhale. Let the hands come all the way down to the foot. And if you want to use bricks, you can use bricks here as well. And then lengthen. Press back, head to knee. Breathing in, extending from your root to your crown. Exhale, push back. And breathe in and coming forward. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone high, press into those hands. Then from here we're going to ripple through the body, just coming forward. Bring the knees down onto the floor. Pull the chest and the heart forward. Lower the chest down onto the floor. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Press into the hands and lift and open the chest. Soften through those hips. And then exhale. Come back onto the hands and onto the knees. Roll through the lower back into your cat pose. Breathe in, chest and heart comes forward. Tuck the toes under, exhale. Push back into your downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone up towards the sky and really press down into those hands. Feel that energy and think about that lovely line through the body. From your head, to the crown of your head, to your tailbone, really lengthening. So this is our kind of like physical body, but underneath that we have our Sushumna, which is our subtle body, our yogic body. So and along that is all our chakras. So just think about that energy from your crown of your head to your root. Now from here we're going to lift that left leg up towards the sky. So just lifting that left leg all the way up. And then from here, exhale, bring that left knee over to the left elbow. Just come forward, left knee to left elbow. Lovely. You can add an extra press up in there if you want to. And then from here, breathe in and pushing back. Left leg lifts all the way up. Then from here, we're going to breathe in. We're going to bring that left foot back. And we're going to bring that left foot back and to the left knee to the left elbow again. And then just dropping that left leg down. Pressing out with that right leg, turning those toes and letting your body come down. And you can take bricks and blocks underneath that hip if you want to. And then just letting your elbows come down onto the floor. Tucking the toes under, sliding that right foot away. Breathing in, chest and heart comes forward. And just allowing it to release here. And almost feel that ripple through your body, through your spine. And if you want to, you can let the head come down. Just for a moment, tucking that toe under, lengthening. And feel that line of energy from your root, Muladhara chakra, to your crown, Sarahara chakra. And as you breathe in, you lengthen. As you exhale, you release a little bit. Not wanting to rush it at all here. Just allowing yourself to open, allowing that spine to open. From here we're going to breathe in. We're going to just come onto the right elbow. So lift up onto that right elbow. Lift up out of that right shoulder. Taking that left arm up towards the sky. Stretch into that left hand. And really feel yourself uncurling, and the chest is starting to open. Now bring that left hand round behind you, bend the right leg, take hold of those toes, and just press that foot into that hand as we push back here. You can even take your thumb into that centre of that foot there, that marmor point there. And then from here, breathe in, lift in that left arm, bring that left hand all the way down towards the earth. Walk in those hands back towards that left knee, open up through the chest, roll the shoulders. Take a nice long deep breath in, and then as we exhale, just curl your body down. Ripple up through the lower back, the upper back, the shoulders, the chin, the chest. Exhale and coming all the way down. And breathing in and lifting into that lovely back bend, holding it here. Just dropping into the right hip, dropping into the left hip. Walking those hands back. Breathe. Lengthen. Tuck in the left toes underneath. From here we're going to shift back, and we're going to shift that left leg back up towards the sky. So just stretching that left leg up and bring that left foot to the right buttock here. And then exhale, bring that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Nice and deep. That back leg nice and strong. Chest and heart comes forward. From here we're going to bring the right hand out to the right side. Turn the left toes so they come out to the side. Taking the left hand onto that left knee. Roll through the body. Drop the right knee down onto the floor. Lift that left arm like we did before and just kind of come back. So we've got lovely extension and a flexion at the same time there. So just be wary, watch those hips. Really pull up through Mula Bandha, so you're kind of working into those hips. Now take the left hand back behind you. Bend that leg, hold on to that foot. Roll that left shoulder. And just keep pulling that chest and heart forward. And then exhale, let that left hand come all the way down onto the inside. Now just pull that left foot in a little bit. Exhale, pick up the right knee just to make this a little bit easier for you. Then stretch back. And then from here we're going to bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Just bring it through. Drop down into Malasana, our nice squat. If that's too much for you, remember you can always take a brick and just pop it underneath your bum. And there, I've got a brick there, that's really quite nice. And then just dropping down. Just take that away. And just pressing out into the hands. Lifting the chest, feel the length in the spine. Just be aware of your kind of shoulders are hunching up. Maybe have a little rock. Just feeling that movement. And then exhale, take the hands down onto the floor. Push the tailbone up towards the sky. Let the head hang forward in that lovely flexion here. Breathe in, lifting those arms up towards the sky, stretching those arms up. And you're kind of like the feet are wide and your hands are wide. We're going to come over, stretch over to the left. And then we're going to take the right leg over and the right arm over. So we come over into Garudasana, Eagle, palms together. Now if you can't get your hands together, try and take the backs of the hands together. Try not to pull the fingers. I often see that happen. So it's better even to have the hands wider. Okay, so we've got the right knee over the left knee. The left arm underneath, haven't we? Which leg have we got over? I've lost which leg we've got over. So we're going to take this leg, and then from here we're going to breathe in. We're going to extend out. So just taking that leg all the way out, step back and kind of lifting up into your warrior one. Feel that lovely stretch around the back of the shoulders, bending into that left knee. Breathe here, really ground through the feet, lift up through your core, slightly turn that tailbone under as we stretch into it. And then from here, breathing in, releasing the arms, taking those arms all the way up towards the sky, stretching those arms back. Open the chest, feel you're lifting right the way up out of the hips. Exhale, let those hands come all the way down. Just dropping those hands down either side of that left foot. And then from here, we're going to straighten into that left leg. Let the head come down towards the knee. Bend into that left knee. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone up. Breathe in, ripple forward into your plank. Either come down through Chaturanga Dandasana or our Ashtanga Anasana. Sliding through. You can lift up a little bit higher in that cobra here. And then exhale, push back onto the hands, onto the knees. Bring those hands slightly underneath the shoulders. Pull the chest and the heart forward into our cat pose here. And then exhale, round all the way back. Press into the hands, drop the head down. And breathe in, chest and heart comes forward. Tuck the toes under. Now we're going to push back. Now it's up to you. You can bring the heels together. So we're going to bring the knees out to the side. So either heels together or knees out. Now this is just too much for you on your knees. Just bring the knees down onto the floor so you can come and you can do it from here. But otherwise, let me do it face on. A little bit more obvious. So the knees come out and you can bring the heels together if you want to bring the heels together. Bringing the heels together just makes it a little bit more dynamic. And then from here we're going to breathe in, lifting both arms up towards the sky. Just bring the hands above the head, holding it here. If you feel if you're wobbling too much with the heels together, just move the heels slightly apart. From here, lift up, open those arms. Drop the right hand onto the inside of the right knee. Lift the left arm. So again, we've got that lovely, it's a flexion and then an extension going into your spine as well at the same time. As we look up to that left hand. Exhale, come back. Bring both hands up above the head. Elbows slightly soft. Try to lift up rather than leaning forward. And then from here, just open, rotate, left hand comes down. And you're probably feeling this in your ankles and your shins and your Achilles. Look up to that right hand. It's a stretch that we don't do very often unless you wear really high heels all the time. It's kind of that kind of stretch, isn't it? So looking up. And then from here, breathing in, lifting both arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, come down. Let those hands just drop all the way down to the earth. Walk those hands forward, press back into your downward facing dog. Press into those hands. Press into the feet, just paddling through. And just notice those heels might be coming down a little bit easier. But if the heels come down, you kind of round through the back. And then just lift the heels very slightly, just to make that a little bit easier to keep the back and spine nice and long. Look forward, bend the knees, either walk, step or jump in between the hands and holding it here in Uttanasana, our nice forward fold. And as we forward fold, just allow yourself to really open up through this lower back into the kidneys, the kidney meridian, the bladder meridian. The ones that we want to keep really nice and healthy, especially through this cold patch. So we're going to breathe in, lift the chest and heart high. Exhale and release in all the way down. Let the head release down.
And then from here, breathing in, lifting the chest and the heart up. Come up onto those toes, so we're really working through into those hamstrings. Bend those knees, breathe in, lift both arms all the way up towards the sky, stretching those arms all the way up, lifting, lengthening through your body. I'm just going to move my mats on the move again, as always. Okay, so from here we're going to lift, stretch into the body, stretch into the fingers. Exhale, let those hands come down, bring the hands into the heart, lifting that right leg all the way up. Bring those arms back up towards the sky. Open up as we rotate to look round to that right hand. The right knee's lifted and the right hand's back. Now exhale, we're going to take this right leg back. Place that right foot down onto the earth. And as we do, I want you to think about lining up the heel with the instep. And that left knee is bent and the arms are extended out. We're going to turn the head and we're going to look down that centre finger. Keep those shoulders dropping. Pull up through the body and just holding it here. Turn that left arm up towards the sky. Bringing that left arm up and over. Look down to that right leg. Bend a little bit deeper into that left leg. Now turn the right hand up and just reach out behind you here. But bending still nice and deep into that left leg whilst we reach behind us. And then we're going to come up, we're going to come over, and we're going to come over to the other side. So lovely movement through the spine. So we've kind of gone from a flexion from one side to extension to the other side. Now open up the arms, and as you do, straighten into the leg and move through Trikonasana. So just straighten into that left leg, and when you're ready, turn to look up to that right hand. Now checking out with those ribs, making sure that the ribs are nice and flat here, so we're not kind of curling those ribs over. And this right hand is really lifted up out of the body, and this left hand, we're not pushing weight into that shin with that left hand. Holding it here. Exhale, now bend the left leg. Bring that right arm over the top. So just bringing that right arm, and again, roll through the body. And if you want to, you can take that left hand down onto the floor or onto a brick, or you can just keep that leg here, arm here, as we hold it through. Exhale, let that hand drop all the way down towards the earth. Now we're going to walk the hands all the way over, round to the centre. And we're going to come into our fan pose. So I want you to take the right arm forward. And we're going to take the left hand over to that right leg. And as we breathe in, I want you to really stretch and lengthen through that right side of the body. And as you exhale, slide that left hand down that right leg. And just easing the body round into a lovely twist. Press out into the feet. And then from here, left hand comes onto the floor. Spin that right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, bring that right hand all the way down onto the floor. On the feet, we're going to turn round to that right leg. So just moving through the body round to that right leg. Drop into that right hip. Exhale, push back into that downward facing dog. Just moving, flowing with the breath. Ripple forward into your plank. Bring your chest and your heart forward. Exhale, either come down through Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, nose, chest. Lifting and opening up through the body. And exhale. Come up onto the hands, onto the knees. Tucking the toes under, just sit back on the heels. Bring the hands back. From here we're going to come up, bring those knees out to the side again. Take those hands onto those knees. Now I want you to think about lifting, so just taking the hands into, I've got a dancing ankle there. My left ankle's having a little dance on its own. And then from here, we're going to come back into our mudra. A Maru Dandasana Mudra, and just feel yourself lifting, lengthening all the way up. Lifting those arms up towards the sky, stretch into those hands. Exhale, let the right hand drop all the way down. Push that left hand back. Take that left hand round behind that right hip as we rotate a little bit deeper. So that left hand drops, comes onto the right waist behind you. And then from here, breathing in. Lifting the arms all the way up, stretch into those legs. Exhale and coming all the way down. Left hand down, right arm comes up. And then take that right hand all the way round behind you. And then rotating through, lift that right arm up towards the sky. Bring that right hand down onto the floor. Bring those knees down onto the floor. And that's probably a bit of relief to those ankles there as well. Come forward, bring the chest and the heart forward. Exhale, round back into your spine. So we're still getting that lovely flow through the spine here. Breathe in, bring the chest and the heart forward. Tuck the toes under, push back into your downward facing dog. Press out into those hands. Bottom lifts, look forward. Either step, walk or jump in between the hands. Releasing the head all the way down. Breathe in, looking halfway up. And exhale, bend those knees. Breathe in, sweeping both arms up towards the sky. Have a lovely big stretch here through the body. Lifting the toes, roll onto the toes, lift the heels up high. And exhale, and just dropping down onto the heels. From here, we're going to lift the left leg up this time. Take the right arm forward and the left arm comes back as we rotate. So the left leg's lifted, the left arm reaches back. From here, we're going to step back with that right foot into our warrior two pose, bending that right knee, looking down that centre finger. And just holding it here, bend that right knee, pull up through your core. Turn that right arm up towards the sky, take the left hand down the back leg and the right arm reaches up and over. And think about that length. We're really opening through the sides of the waist, dropping down. Then the left arm just reaches back behind you, so both arms are reaching back. Holding it here. Bend into that right knee. Breathe in, coming all the way up. And exhale over to the other side. Straighten into that front leg. Open the arms. Exhale, coming all the way down into Trikonasana. Lifting all the way up to that left hand. And that right hand just reaching down. Find your balance. Press into that back foot. Maybe even shift that left heel away. Bend that right knee and we come over into our Parsvakonasana. If you want to, you can take this right hand down to the floor. But if you do, make sure you don't start to kind of curl over so you can hold it wherever you want. Keeping that spine nice and long, keeping that long line in your body. Pressing through. And then exhale, let that left hand come all the way down towards the earth. Press out the heels. Just sliding that left hand forward. Take this right hand down that left leg there. Stretch into the left fingers. Just holding that lovely stretch. Push that tailbone up towards the sky. And then bring that right hand onto the floor. Spin that left arm up towards the sky. So we're getting some lovely movement through the spine here, moving from one side to the other, really getting that energy and that prana flowing through our spine. And then exhale, let that left hand come all the way down towards the earth. Spin round onto that left leg. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog, holding it here as we press out into our downward dog. From here, we're going to ripple forward into plank and either come down through Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, nose, chest. Roll the shoulders back, lift and open the chest and the heart. And then exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Turn that tailbone up towards the sky. Feel that weight pressing through the hands. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees down onto the floor. Sit back onto those knees, sit back onto those heels. Toes still aren't on the floor. We're going to lift the arms up towards the sky, stretching those arms all the way up. Exhale, let those hands come all the way down onto the floor. From here, the toes are tucked under, so we're going to push back. Heels together if possible, bringing those hands onto those knees. Stretch up through the body, press those knees out. If you actually press the knees out, it kind of like feels stronger for you. Lift both arms up towards the sky, stretch up into those fingers. Exhale, now bring those hands all the way down onto the earth. Walk the hands a little bit further forward. Lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Pull the chest and the heart forward. So think about doing cat in this strange position, but we're right up on those toes. So really working into those plantar flexors. And then from here, chest and heart comes forward. Breathing in, as we exhale, we're going to bring the knees up high as you feel you can up into the armpits. And then just lifting those toes off the floor here and holding it here in Bakasana if that is possible. And if you feel that's not happening for you today, or if you fall out of it, try not to then just kind of like come up from really low down, because that's actually, that is a pose. So, but we're kind of trying to keep it nice and high. And then maybe you can just lift one knee off of the floor and then lift in the other, so not one knee, lift one set of toes off the floor and then lift the other set of toes. Good, lovely Jenny, lovely. So just stretching through here. And just giving it another go if it eludes you tonight. And then from here, let's make sure I've got enough room. So if you've been in your crow, then and you've had enough of going into crow, just come down, drop the bottom, drop the heels, reach those arms forward, and then hopefully your bottom's going to be pretty much on the floor. Lift those legs up and bring those hands behind the legs. Clasp the hands together and lifting the legs right the way up towards the sky. So you really feel that you're lengthening. Work into your core here. Now bend those knees, release those hands and lift in the chest. If you want to, then straighten the legs here, but you can keep them and you can even put one foot onto the floor and the other foot onto the floor if you want to. Just see how that feels. Rolling the shoulders all the way down and then crossing those ankles and coming into a seated position. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, rotating, looking over that left shoulder. Stretching round. And then breathing in, lifting all the way up. Exhale, looking over the right shoulder. And just holding it here. Breathing in, lifting both arms up towards the sky. Bring the palms into the heart center.
going to sit on my block here. So just letting those knees drop out to the sides. So we're going to extend both legs out in front of you, so just stretching out. Both legs are extended, turning those toes up and back towards the shins. And then from here we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. And sit up tall behind that right leg, and then take that right foot all the way over. So we're stretching through, and then if you want to, bring that left leg round. But if that doesn't feel right, just sit. And really feel yourself pulling up through your body. The shoulders are dropping down the back. And we're lifting. And lift both arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretching those arms up. Exhale, rotating all the way over to look over to that right side. And as we breathe in, we lengthen as we exhale. And if you want, you can take that left hand all the way up towards the sky. If you want to bind, you can just by taking that left hand through and the right hand comes round. If you want to bind through. And then come back to the centre. From here, we're going to turn this left foot up. Take the right foot out a little bit further. Press down into, so we've still got the same leg over the top, but we're coming into our Gomukhasana legs here. So this is really opening up into the sacral part of the sacrum, into our lower back here, into our sacroiliac joints. So lifting the chest up high, press down into the centre of the feet. Take a nice long deep breath in, and as you exhale, just allow yourself to fold forward. I've got my thumbs in the centre of my feet in those marmor points. And just bring the chin down onto that right knee. And just hold it here for a moment. And then from here, rippling all the way up. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Stretch those arms up. Take the right hand down, stretch over. And then breathe in, lifting that arm up, taking the other arm over and easing over. And then breathe in and lifting up. Bring both arms up towards sky. Extend those legs out in front of you. Stretch out into those legs. Wiggle your toes, spread your feet. Bring the hands round, bring that other leg in. And you can go from here, or if you want to, just take in that leg over. Then we're going to turn round on that leg and we're going to just ease and look over that shoulder. So you're twisting round, so you're twisting towards that leg. If you want to, you can bring that other leg underneath. And just twist in. Breathe in here, lifting, lengthening. Nice rotation into the spine. And then exhale, coming all the way back. Letting those legs just come out to either side, holding on to the feet. Lifting the chest and the heart. Press down into those hips. Think about that strong base as we grow our spine out of that base. And then exhale. And just bringing that head down towards the knee. And then breathe in and lifting all the way up. Exhale, extend both legs out in front of you. Lifting the chest. And then from here, we're going to roll ourselves down. So if you want to put any warm clothing on, you can. Otherwise, we're just going to lift the arms, bring the hands forward, and just rolling all the way down onto the earth. And take those arms up above you, stretch into the fingers, pointing into the toes. Move the legs slightly apart and then bring the arms down by the sides and just drop in those hands out to the sides. And when we're down, maybe just rocking
the head from side to side, making sure that you are comfortable. And take a nice long deep breath in through the nose. And just sigh the breath away. And again, just breathing in. And as you exhale, just sigh the breath away. Just feel the weight of your body here, heavy on the earth. Feel your body just melting down into the earth, just like a blanket, just like a heavy quilt, just dropping, sinking down into you, just allowing yourself to feel heavy. Each exhalation you feel heavier and heavier. And then notice as you breathe in how light your body feels. You feel that your body is becoming light, like cotton. Just feel your body light, and as you exhale, become heavy. And as you breathe in, feel your body light. Almost feel that kind of pulsing through your spine as the spine moves from light to heavy, from heavy to light. Breathing in, breathing out. And just taking these few moments now to be still, to be quiet, to release, to relax, and to let go. And from here, take a nice deep breath in through your body. Just feel yourself energizing the spine. Exhale, just feel your body releasing. Feel that balance of your body between light and heavy. Bring some movement to your fingers, to your toes, just allowing your body to awaken here. And when you're ready, just bring the knees in towards the chest and just rocking the knees from side to side. Let the knees drop over to the right hand side. And then just very slowly in your own time, just coming up into a seated position. Just rolling up into a seated position. And sitting tall. Breathe in, lifting both of the arms all the way up towards the sky. Bring the palms together. Bring the thumbs to the brow, to the lips, to the heart. Look down towards your fingers.
And then breathe in and lift in the head. And thank you very much for your practice this evening. I hope you enjoyed the class and I hope you sleep well tonight. Om Shanti.